I wake up slowly, fighting to keep my eyes open. In the back of my head, I feel like something's wrong. It takes a minute before I realize I've overslept. It's 5:45. Marina was supposed to wake me up 15 minutes ago. Marina? Call her name, but get no response. Rolling out of bed, I massage my eyes and stumble up towards the front. Also, 15 minutes is not a terrible amount of time to oversleep. I mean, when you think about it. Of course she's asleep, sprawled out on the dash with her head buried in her arms. It looks like she's been out for a while. Dragging her by the shoulder, I shake her awake. What's up, Amber? What's up, Amber? Oh, sorry. What's up, Amber? Wait, she's a little bit drunk. I ignore the temptation just to make the not you joke. How's that book you're reading? It's great. I just put it down to... Oh, no. A look of shock spreads across her face. Mounting horror takes over as she realizes the time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just gonna take a nap, but then I forgot to set an alarm, to wake me up. Yeah, that's what alarms are for. Freaking out, she hurriedly tries to buckle her seatbelt, failing several times in her frenzy. I pat her on the shoulder as I sit down. It's not even a big deal, but she's so worked up. It's cool. We're not late yet. Ready? Ready to go? Marina just nods, staring at the floor. Oh my goodness, girl. 15 minutes! My snooze alarm is 9 minutes. I buckle up and turn the key. The engine roars to life and I throw it into reverse. I have to crane my neck to make sure I don't run over anyone. Road signs direct us out of town and towards the canyon. After spending so long on the highway, going down these streets with low speed limits feels restrictive. I almost forgot. She's in competition right now with, not Marina, Mariah. So I guess 15 minutes might be a bit of a detriment when every minute counts. In the corner of my eye, I watched Marina. She's been abnormally quiet. She fixes her hair, pops her knuckles, and rubs her shoulders, but she doesn't say anything. Finally, I cave. What's wrong with you? Huh? What do you mean? The tone of her voice is stressed. Maybe I'm more intimidating than I think. You're being weird. Super quiet. For you, that is weird. Oh. I didn't know if you were mad at me or not. What, for falling asleep? She nods. Pfft. I say again. Pfft. Nah, I'm not mad. Trust me. You'd know for sure if I was. I told you it wasn't a big deal, didn't I? You promise? Yeah, I promise. Marina bounces in her seat, immediately cheerier. Aw, basic communication helps solve the problem. Okay, cool. Cause if you were mad at me already, that'd be a bad sign. Sign of what? That we wouldn't be good partners, treasure hunting. Not the other kind of partners. That's good wording right there for the Yuri visual novel. Oh, we're partners now, are we? You're the sidekick, right? No way! I'm totally the main character. We're here because of me. I laugh and she turns away smiling. She's a lot cuter when she smiles. I've been smiling more too, I realize. As I think that, it starts to make me sad again. Aww. Do I really deserve to be smiling right now? Nah. You're ruining it for yourself. Seize happiness where you find it. Don't question it. Amber? Like she's read my mind. Marina stops me out of it. Snaps me out of it. Can we listen to Super Crush again? You seriously like that one? Super Crush was one of the groups that Gramps loved to show off to other people because they were so weird. All of the members played a different instrument on each album, so it was like a whole other band every time. Yeah, it was different, but in a good way. That's definitely true. With one hand on the steering wheel, I dig around in the bin of tapes at my feet. I flick my gaze between that and the road. Eventually I find the one I'm looking for. It has a Halloween orange case with text that looks like slime. When it starts to play, Marina hums along, almost on key. Guess she liked it enough to remember how the songs go. I crank the volume up, earning a grin from Marina. The sound is teeny and distorted at this level. Oh, the sound is tinny and distorted at this level. I'm like, tiny? What? You just cranked it to 11, girl. More distorted than usual, I mean, but it's also more fun. Our smiles last all the way until we roll into a nearby empty parking lot. As I turn the volume back down, I can tell she's thinking the same thing I am. Amber? Huh? Shouldn't there be, like, other people waiting here? There probably should. What time is it? Marina twists around the check. 6:20. What the hell? Did they start early? There are other cars around, but they're all unoccupied. My parking job is hasty, and I take up 2 spaces, but don't bother to correct it. Ooh, double parking. We hurry out of the RV. I almost forget the key in the ignition and have to double back and grab it. Marina's already over at the information desk, probably talking to a ranger. But then she turns back to me, the despair on her face visible even though it's getting dark. No one's here. There aren't any lights on the inside either. Probably closed at 6. I vaguely recall reading that in the brochure. Oh, it's not 6 in the morning, it's 6 in the evening. Oh no. I recall reading that in the brochure, but I thought there'd still be someone around for the tours. Don't panic. I jog back to the RV and lock it again. Rummaging through the glove box, I pull out a little blue flashlight that Gramps gave me a few years ago. I click it on and off again just to make sure that it works. After I lock everything back up again, I join Marina by the unhelpful desk. Ouch. She's bouncing on her heels, hands clasped together. Hey, it's alright. Worst comes worst. We'll just do it tomorrow. But what if someone else finds the treasure tonight? I don't have an answer for that one. Guess we'll just have to catch up then, huh? Turning on the flashlight, I swing the beam around. While there's still some daylight left, it isn't much. Maybe half an hour at most. Catch up to what? The tour group, silly. Even if we're late, they can't have left that long ago. And they'll be stopping a bunch, so we should be able to find them easily. Ourselves? Her voice is almost a squawk, like a surprised parrot. Ah. Well, yeah. You don't see anyone else around, do you? I swivel around, illuminating nothing but rocks and bushes. Come on, it'll be fine. It's not like there's going to be bears or mountain lions this close to a parking lot. Well, you never know. I mean, granted, you're off in the desert, so probably not. those kinds of things live here? Well, I don't think so. She doesn't know that, then what is she afraid of? Probably. I don't know. But come on, we're wasting time. Marina whimpers. Then, surprisingly, she grabs my hand. Hers is sweaty and warm. I turn and look at her and meet her eyes. It looks like she might cry and makes me regret being so pushy. We don't have to do it if you don't want to. She shakes her head but clings to me like a kid, her free hand buried in my clothes as if it were any brighter out, she'd see my face turn red. No, like I said, if we don't go now, someone else will beat it to it. Just stay close, okay? No, yeah, of course. She lets me lead, but doesn't let go of my hand. A large wooden sign marks the start of the trail. So, are you scared of the dark? No answer. But you were fine at Shiprock. That was different. Oh no. Oh no, she's turning blue in the face. Remember to breathe, Marina. Marina's arm jerks, but she doesn't let go. That was a town with people and roads. No mountain lions. The temptation to tease her more is strong. But I don't. Every time a bird caws or something makes the brush shake, I feel her flinch a little. Somehow, this side of her is cute, too. A little childish, sure, but it's nice to have her rely on me and keep her safe. To take her mind off of things, I make small talk. So, what are you gonna do once you're filthy rich from the treasure? Huh? What? I asked what you'll do with your share of the treasure. Oh, I'm not sure yet. I haven't thought about it. What? We're out here looking and you don't even have a plan for it? No, Marina has it right. She's not counting her eggs before they're hatched. Is that how that phrase goes? I don't know, I wasn't born in a barn. It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. What about you, huh? Oh, I guess I don't know either. See? I'm not... Yeah. But I wasn't planning on looking for it, you know? I haven't spent as much time thinking about it. I glance behind me to see Marina stick out her tongue. I laugh. Nyeh. But, let's see. I definitely need to pay off Gramps' hospital and funeral expenses. After that, I guess I should probably get the motorhome fixed up. It's not gonna break down on us or anything, but it's kind of old. Why not just buy a new one? Hell no! My response comes off snappier than I intended. It's just that it has sentimental value, you know? I'd rather keep that than buy a newer, better car. I grew up in that thing. I could never just replace it. After that, I'd probably just keep doing what I was doing before I met you. And what's that? Wandering. Don't you want to stop wandering sometime? I step slow a bit. It's an innocent question, but it hits me hard. Not yet. No. Whisper it. Marina catches up next to me, dropping my hand as she does so. At least I'm not the only one without a goal. I poke her in the side and she squirms away a couple of feet. Ow! Dork. It's hard to stay sad around her. As we turn around a curve in the road, the tour group comes into view. At least just ahead is a cluster of people, most of them armed with flashlights. It's hard to know for sure, but I can see at least a dozen different figures. The tour guide is shining his light up at the rock face, illuminating some designs on it. Everyone has their back to us. Try to be as sneaky as possible. Want to join up without them noticing, like we've been here the whole time. If anyone notices us show up, they might notice when we leave. Why do we have to join up in the first place? Marina says what we are all thinking. I don't know how to get to the ruins we're looking for. We'll stay with the group until the tour gets there, and then we'll sneak off. Ah. Amber's thinking. Marina nods. Okay, follow my lead. And remember, be as quiet as you can. God, put on your stealth sneaking suits. This is a stealth mission. We creep forward slowly. If someone were to turn around and see us, we'd look pretty suspicious, but nobody does. The lecture is on petroglyphs. The lecture on petroglyphs gets their full attention. Sorry, I got hung up on the word I don't know. Marina kicks a rock and I tense up, expecting that we'll break the spell. But we're close enough now that if it did, it might not matter. And we reach the back of the tour group without anyone noticing. I give Marina a thumbs up, which she returns. Yeah! Anasazi ruins. Some of the Navajo people still call the area home. There's a living community in the canyon who blah, 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 blah. I'm not too interested in hearing about the history of this place, so I turn back to Marina. She's looking up at the pictures too, though her eyes appear glazed over. When she catches me staring, she blinks and smiles. I smile back, though I must look like an idiot just watching her instead of the lecture. After a minute, the guide's speech concludes and we start to walk down the trail. Much to my dismay, before I can say anything to Marina, the woman in front of us turns around. Uh-oh. Isn't that just crazy? Oh my god, you have a tiny person. Huh? It takes a second for me to understand that she's talking to me. She fits just about every stereotype of redneck and from the huge hat on her head to the baby strap to her chest. Does she? I don't see it. Like, where's the beer? Where's the car parked in her yard? Run down car, mind you. I don't get. She'd probably be attractive if not for the layers of sunscreen coating her face. Even though it's nearly nighttime, they make her look like a ghost. I said, isn't that just crazy? What he was saying about those Indians and how they used to communicate with each other. They're Native Americans, not Indians. Indians come from India, you see. Oh, yeah. Even if I had wanted to talk to her, I still have no idea what the guide had said. You're just so darn clever. Really makes you wonder how they'll end up dying out, huh? Couldn't be conquest of their lands or anything like that. No. Couldn't be the invasion of settlers that, took advantage of their quote, primal ways. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are still alive. And, some of them live here, in this canyon. I'd heard that much at least, but apparently not everyone did. For a second, the woman looks at me like I'm crazy. But then she busts up laughing. Sorry, you're absolutely right. I was thinking about them Aztecs down in Mexico. No, dear. Her laugh is more like a bray. She sounds like a farm animal. In my head, I keep hoping she'll turn back around and leave us alone. But we're not so lucky. She keeps on chatting us up as we follow up the trail. I'm self-conscious about how noisy she's being, compared to the low noise of the others. Say, is that where the name Texas comes from? Aztec? before I can answer, she starts shouting at someone else. Howard! Hey, Howard! Come over here! No, Howard, don't. You don't need to. By now, nearly everyone's looking at us. Ma'am, can you please keep your voice down? You're ruining the tour and my mile per minute dialogue. Oops, sorry. She apologized loudly. The fact that she'll even apologize, I've worked customer service before. The fact that the lady will even apologize says a lot about her that is positive. She's just obnoxious, that's all. Probably a decent person, and she apologized. So much for staying inconspicuous. Howard makes his way over. He looks rather defeated, face drooping and shoulders sagging. I figure he's the woman's husband. Yes, dear? Oh my god, you both have illustrations. Which I guess means that they're be important people. I was just talking to this girl here about history and stuff. And I was wondering, does the name Texas have anything to do with the Aztecs? Since the words sound kinda similar. Okay. Girl's dumb. But maybe, good-hearted? I don't think so. Huh! Go figure! Oh dear. She cackles again, beside her Howard sighs. For his sake, I hope her family is loaded or something. Every time she laughs, the baby on her chest bounces. But the lucky kid sleeps right through it all. Maybe he's used to this. Anyway, I must have left my manners back in Wisconsin. My name's Linda, and this is my husband, Howard. Hey, Linda. This little champ right here is, she thrusts herself and thus her baby towards me, is Dino. Isn't that just the cutest name? Were you a fan of the Flintstones growing up? I grunt in response. I'm trying to see around her, up where the guide is, alternating between shooting Linda death glares and trying to narrate the walk. If he said anything useful about the candy in the past couple of minutes, I've missed it entirely. Glancing over at Marina, who's pulled away a couple of feet, it looks like she's enjoying my torture in struggling silence. Tears have formed at the corner of her eyes, glittering in the dying light. Aww. She enjoys me being tortured, Amber. They're the good kind of tears, the kind from laughing too much. Her hand is smushed over her mouth, and she's shaking with the effort of staying silent. There's no way I can let her get away with that, especially since I need to get closer to the front for now. I grab her arm and tug her over into Linda's line of sight. Uh-oh. I'm Jane. Oops. And this over here is my partner, Doe. The enthusiasm in my voice is so forced. Hi, I'm Jane. And this is my friend, Lacey. I like how Amber's crossed out. Stricken through. I use fake names just to be safe. Marina limply shakes Linda's hand, which has grabbed hers, and the mirth has vanished from Marina's face. Uh-oh. And it's replaced with blue, so you know she's not breathing. Good. Lacey. Nice to meet you. Linda pumps her arm like a guillotine, grinning broadly, and yet still managing to walk. It's so good to see young people taking interest in history and nature, and all of that. Are y'all from around here? We're originally from Tennessee, see, but moved to Wisconsin and, having been properly introduced, I leave Marina to suffer through the family history. I shift away and walk ahead, passing by most of the tour group so that I can better hear the guide. For a while, he talks about the wildlife and history of the park. After a couple of minutes, though, the lessons become more relevant. Sorry. I have to prepare for this tour guide's bombastic linguistic style. We'll be coming up to the Mummy Cave ruins here in just a little bit. That's one of the better known sites in the canyon. Several hundred years ago, it was a bustling and I'm sorry if that is an actual culture of people. I'm sorry for the butchery. Puebloan village. We can't get too close to the ruins, so unfortunately it might be a little too late to really see them clearly tonight. While the Mummy Cave itself has never been open to the public, that's all I needed to know. So I slipped back towards Marina, who is still a conversational hostage. Oof. Linda notices me approaching. Oh, Jane, there you are. I was just telling Lacey about one of the cows I helped birth when I was younger. Oh, no. Lacey looks like she might be dying. I'm not sure how the conversation went from introductions to cow birth in such a short span of time, but I'm not curious enough to ask. When I rejoin Marina, she mouths 2 words. Save me. I don't know how to get out of this one. Annoyance aside, it'll be impossible to slip away with Linda's attention on us. But it seems like we're in luck. As we go around another bend in the road, something more interesting than Marina and me comes into view. Oh, Howard, look, this is it. This is those mummy ruins I was telling you about. Linda elbows forward, moving ahead of us. Oh, good. You girls make sure you get a good spot. We're gonna see this even if it's dark out. She forges ahead, her husband trailing dutifully. As he passes, I think I hear him say, sorry, though I'm not certain. Once they're out of earshot, Marina makes it sound like a train letting out steam. Ugh. I have no idea what that sounded like, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I thought it was going to explode. My ears, or my head, or my brain, or something was going to explode. I saw you laughing and figured it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair if I was the only one who suffered. I'd take it all back if I could. And seriously though, first she was talking about herself, then her kid, then her child did it, and then she started talking about growing up on the farm. Somehow she ended up going on about cows having babies and how messy it all is. I don't even know. What? You're not interested in that stuff? Gross. No. Gross, 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 gross. She wrinkles up her face as she says it. I giggle, but then turn serious real fast. Okay, but listen. Because it's dark, the group probably isn't going to stop and look at the Mummy Cave ruins for very long. So we'll have until we can sneak away again, and then go over there ourselves. How far away are they? No idea. I can't see from here. Just follow my lead again. Got it. We've been at the very back of the group the entire time. The people right in front of us are much less interested in us than Linda was, so I don't think anyone will notice if we go missing. When we reach a railing, the guide stops to point at the ruins. They're across a small valley a couple 100 yards away. In the darkness, it's almost impossible to see them. They're just a dark smudge against the even darker backdrop of mountains. Marina and I are just a few yards away from the group, too. We tend to expect something on a rock, though there's nothing actually there. As the short speech ends and the guide starts to lead everyone on again, I dart behind a rock and crouch down. Marina quickly follows. I can see her start to say something, but I cut my hand over her mouth before she can get a word out. Silently, I shake my head. Marina nods twice, so I uncover her face. In my head, I count to 60. Once a minute has passed, I peel myself away from the rock and stand back up. Should be safe now. Maria's face lights up and she claps her hands. I notice that she's taken out a journal page with the hiding spot again. That was so cool! It was like something out of a video game, where you just sneak away right in front of everyone. I guess so, but we can't be noisy. They're not gonna be that far away. No flashlights either. If close up, I can see her face fall flat. Don't worry, I'll be right beside you. Are we just gonna hop over the fence and walk over? Unless you have any better ideas. What if they catch us? Then they'll throw us out. We're not gonna get arrested for trespassing or anything, are we? Nah, that'd be too much trouble for them. I say that, although I don't actually know. Okay. The uncertainty in her voice is obvious. I grab the paper from her hands and stuff it into my pocket. Let's go. The longer we wait, the more likely it is they'll notice us missing. I stroll over to the middle rail, hoping that I sound more confident than I am. Honestly, this is pretty risky, and more than a little stupid. But it's also exciting. I duck down underneath the rail. After a moment, Marina does the same. We're officially out of bounds. Across the small field, I can just barely make out the shape of the ruins. They sit close to the mouth of a large cave that runs up the mountain like a scar. Also, I just want to take a moment aside to point out a few things that are bouncing around the back of my head. This is how people die. It's dark. You're not using any source of light. You don't know whether or not you're going to be stepping into a crag, a pit, a gap, something like that. If you've ever seen the movie 42 Days? Shoot! 28 Days. Not 28 days later, but 28 days. I think it's 28 days. About a man trapped in the desert. Think of that here. Yeah, and the other thing in the back of my head, girls, how you gonna get back? Do you even know the way back? Across a small field, I can still barely make out the shape of the ruins. They sit close to the mouth of a large cave that runs up the mountain like a scar. Okay, come on. Away we go. Oh, we're still here. Okay. There's an incline, but it's not too bad. Next to me, Marina spreads her arms out for balance, but I'm confident enough not to need to. Crossing over the ruins themselves will be the riskiest part. There's no cover, and if anyone happens to look over, will see us. We just have to hope the tour group has moved somewhere without line of sight on us. Okay, hurry! I grab Maria's hand again and start to run. She struggles to keep up, so I slow down a little bit. It takes maybe 2 minutes from one end to the other. Then we reach the far wall. Marina's breathing is strained. Don't do much running, do you? Not at all. Every word is punctuated with a pant. I'm winded too, but fight my lungs to not show it. I have to look strong for Marina. You ready for the fun part? Also, I like how Amber is trying to impress. Is it actually fun? Not yet. We still have to get up there. I point to the lip of the cave, a good 50 feet or so above us still. Marina's face goes pale as she stares at the sheer rock wall in front of us. We're not gonna have to climb that, are we? How else? I wait for a second for the shock to hit her face before I laugh and shake my head. Just kidding. Come over here. A short distance away is a slope. Somewhere steep, somewhat steep, but not too long. It leads up to a part of the cave close to the ruins. We actually do have to go up this one. Face still looks doubtful. I don't know if we can get up that. Sure you can. It's easy, look. I hike up a couple of steps. Dirt and a bit of gravel tumble down past my feet, but it's mostly stable. It's almost all dirt. If it was loose rock, we'd be in trouble. Still uncertain, Marina takes a careful step behind me, then another. She slides back down a little bit with each step. Try to spread out your weight a little bit more evenly. You don't want to lose your balance and fall over. By doing what I say, she's able to reach where I'm standing. Good job. Now just do that like 50 more times. Marina groans, but I've already started. I glance back behind me. She's trailing only a couple steps back. For all her worrying, she's doing okay. I'm just about to compliment her when I feel the earth shift beneath me, and my foot slides loose. Nah! With a yelp, I lose my balance, arms flailing as I try not to fall. Then, faster than I can process, Marina's arm shoots out and grabs my sleeve. She tugs me back upright. Are you okay? Oh my god, is your ankle alright? It's not broken, is it? Panic is clearly painted across her face. No. I'm fine. The only thing injured is my pride. Are you sure? Yeah, thanks. Hey, good save. We'll climb up the rest of the way together, but slowly. At the top, both of us stretch and catch our breath. That wasn't too bad, was it? Besides the part where you almost died? Maybe. I didn't almost die. Besides, that's what I have my sidekick for. She gives me a playful shove. Hey, I told you I'm not the sidekick here. Uh-huh. You'll still have to earn the title of captain, or commander, whatever it is. And you can do that by finding this thing before I do. Now that we're actually up in the ruins themselves, it's more clear just how tough this is going to be. The cave stretches a long way, and it's like a deep scar in the mountain. Water break. Delicate clay buildings, some as tall as we are arranged throughout. Some as tall as you. That's, very small. Very, very small. They say this was a village, but it's hard to imagine anyone living here. Everything is so cramped and small. Where do you think we should start? Hard to say. It won't be anywhere obvious. Remember, people have been studying this place for decades. What if someone already found it, like a long time ago? I shrug. But that's probably impossible to see. The sun has now gone entirely down, leaving us shadowed in darkness. I wonder why Marina doesn't seem bothered by it this time. If they did, then I haven't heard anything about it. We just have to start looking. Try to be careful, though. I feel bad being here. Maybe this was a bad idea. You know, Marina's instincts on this are actually pretty good. There's a lot of cultural, historical sites that have been ruined over the years due to treasure robbers? Tomb raiders? Not actual tombs, but, site raiders. People who loot a site of their cultural artifacts. Be super careful then. So they're not trying to ruin anything, and they're at least mindful of that. Cheers to that. And watch for spiders. Oh, damn it, Amber. I flick on the spare flashlight and pass it to her. just in time to see the look of disgust at the mention of spiders. We split up, staying close to each other, but not overlapping where we look. I get down on my hands and knees, shining light into every corner and cranny that I can. I worry that our lights might be visible from a distance, even though they aren't very powerful. They would be. It's like a cherry in the dark. A cherry being like the burning embers of a cigarette. You'd see it in the dark. The only alternative would be sneaking over in broad daylight, and we'd be much more likely to be caught then. I'm not finding anything except dirt. I brush my fingers along clay bricks in hopes of finding a loose stone or secret compartment. There's nothing like that. Nearby, Marina's doing the same thing. She's hitched up her dress so it doesn't drag on the ground, and I force myself to look away rather than stare. She offers quite a view, though. After a moment, Marina giggles. I'm not sure why. I haven't spoken at all, because I don't want our voices to echo in the cave and give us away. But silently searching gets tedious fast, so I decide to try whispering. Hey, what's so funny? I don't know. Everything, I guess. I was just thinking of how weird this is. Like, it's just so random, you know? Alright, Aristotle. Who's that? Oh dear, never mind. But yeah, it is kind of crazy. Deciding that the building I was scouring was a lost cause, I moved on to the next one. I know it's probably not a big deal for you since you do this stuff all the time, but this is honestly the most fun I've ever had, I think. What, destroying ancient Native American landmarks? I'm being careful, super careful, but just in general, being out here on the road. I thought maybe I was making a mistake when I left, but not anymore. I'm glad. And I am. I really am. I guess it worked out well for the both of us. I can't see her from here, but I know she's smiling. Then she giggles again. Amber, you're a big old softie after all, aren't you? I am not. Oh, hi, phone. Amber's blushing. I take it back. I should have left you at the side of the road. This time we both laugh. After that, we lapse back into near silence. Just the sound of us crawling around, or occasionally moving to another building to search. Soon, the happy atmosphere starts to dissolve as we start getting frustrated. Or at least, I do. It takes maybe 20 minutes before we've looked over all the buildings. There aren't too many. Combing over them isn't that hard. But we don't find anything. Not even a clue or a hint that we're in the right spot. Sighing through my nose, I start to double check some of the larger homes. All the crawling and bending has started to take its toll on me. When I straighten up, my back is sore and sweat presses my hair to my forehead. Should have brought some bottles of water with us. You're in the desert with no water? Ooh, this is how people die. I lean against a rock and massage my shoulders. Marina finishes up a building, then joins me. She's biting her lip, frowning a little. Any luck? Nope, nothing. You? Nuh-uh. We both pause, silent. So, that's it, right? Like, we've checked all the buildings. Can't be. We must have missed something. I'm gonna try checking out the cave itself. Ooh, watch out for bears. Bears and snakes. Stands there. Watch as I head over to the far side. I shine my flashlight up and down and up again, examining every inch of the rock. There's got to be a crevice where the gold is stashed. Or some other hiding place. There has to be. But none of the cracks are wide enough or deep enough for something like that. After a few minutes, I pass by Marina, still in the same place. I check her face as I go. Her eyebrows are furrowed and she looks worried. I keep hunting. Images of Mariah triumphantly holding up the gold spur me on. Just the thought of her smug grin pisses me off. When I reach the other end of the cave, I double back and check again. And again. Finally, Marina pulls away from the wall. I hear it, but I don't see it. Amber, come on. There's no way. Her voice is a knife in my heart. It hurts because I know she's right. I sigh and flick off my flashlight. Standing there, I look at the invisible ground, and I have to admit the truth to myself. It's not here. There's no treasure to be found in the Mummy Cave ruins. Either we got it wrong, or someone beat us to it. Whichever the answer, there's nowhere else in here that it could be. I make my way back to Marina, slowly. I can feel stinging tears of frustration begin to well from my eyes, which surprised me. I'm sure Mariah would be laughing at me right now if she were here. Abruptly, I stop walking towards her and spin around. I don't want Marina to see. There's the sound of crunching dirt as she walks over. Amber? There's worry in her voice. I shake my head. I don't know if she can see me. She lays her hand on my shoulder, and 2 tears manage to leak out my eyes. I shake my head again. Amber? Amber, it's okay. No, I'm sorry. I screwed up. I was wrong. There's nothing here. I know there isn't. Seriously, that's okay. I sob, not even knowing why. Damn it. Damn it! Get a grip, Amber. I wrench my eyes shut before the waterworks really start. It burns, but I manage to hold back. Taking deep breaths, I get a hold of myself. I sink down and lean against the wall of the cave. Marina does the same. Her clothes are dusty from being on the ground so much. Marina pokes me in the side. You okay? I draw a rattly breath. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I don't know what that was about. I just got super frustrated. Yeah, I could tell. Can it? I flick her gently on the knee. But, that was kind of embarrassing. No, it's okay. Really, I cry all the time at home. Don't worry. It's like losing, not finding the treasure, I mean. I'm so mad for wasting all of our time on this. Aren't you? No, why would I be? She sounds genuinely surprised. Because now we're behind the next one, too. What if someone beats us to the rest of the treasure? Now you sound like me. Oh God, is there a cure? Meanie. But really, I had fun, so I don't think this was a waste of time at all. Even if we're not, like, super rich now, I'm glad we came here. Once again, I don't even have to look to know she's smiling. She's always smiling after all. It's one of the cute things about her, and there's a lot of those. But I'm afraid to look up and meet her eyes. Afraid because of what I've been starting to feel lately, and how I've been thinking of her. It's stupid to get bothered by this now, I know. We've been together all day. But right now, when I'm already being over-emotional, I feel like it'd be a bad idea. Amber? And then my reflex, I do it anyway. I look over, and I was right. My heart flutters a little, but the smile I was anticipating had been replaced by yet another look of concern. Yeah, you're right. I guess it wasn't so bad. She brightens up immediately. For real? Mm-hmm. I'm good now. Still, sorry for freaking you out there for a second. No, it's okay. Don't feel bad. Groaning, I stand up again. I'm definitely going to be sore tomorrow. We should get out of here, though. The longer we spend, the more likely we are to get caught. It's been probably 45 minutes or so since we ditched the tour group. Hopefully they didn't get search and rescue out looking for us. Yeah, Linda and Linda and Howard are probably like, hey, where are those girls? Or at the very least, Linda. I offer my hand to Marina, who's still sitting on the ground. She takes it, and I haul her to her feet. After dusting herself off, we both walk to the edge of the cave. It's impossible to see anything. Even the trail across the way is invisible from here. Watch your step going down the hill. Yeah, we don't want anyone to almost die again. You're cute. Going down the hill is easier than going up, though we still have to be careful. We make it to the bomb without incident. We don't risk the flashlights until we're back across the fence and on the trail. Now that we're not out of bounds, it doesn't matter if people see us. Where do we go now? Think about it for a moment. There's not much point in catching up with the tour group again. Besides, it's probably ended by now. Still, if they did notice we disappear, then it could be bad for us to just leave the park. Last thing I want to see is our face on missing person posters the next time we stop at a gas station. But they've got a 45-minute lead on us, and that'll grow if we were to try to find them. We'll just go back to the parking lot and get out of here. If anyone asks, we can just say we left early. Thank God. I was hoping you'd say that. How come? I'm so tired. Oh, same. My back's gonna hurt for a year. At least you have the comfy bed. Hey, you could always, you just sleep. It might just, you could always grab more pillows from the closet if you need. There are more? Yeah. Gramps liked to have a zillion pillows when he slept. Oh. Sounds let down. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have made that connection there. Don't worry. They're like his special... They weren't his special pillows or anything. You can use them. Alright. Damn. She really starts to worry me when I mention him. Guess there's good reason for that. But right now, though, the thought is a familiar jab of sadness. I'm not about to break down, but I'm doing okay for now. We're so quiet the rest of the way down the trail, though. Without having to stick to the slow pace of a guided tour, it's actually a quick walk. There aren't any other hikers out, which surprised me. It's dark, but it's not that late. As we reach the parking lot, it seems like we had perfect timing. Or maybe perfectly awful. Also, I just want to, I just thought of it. The tour group has a 45-minute head start, which means minus travel. You've been searching for 45 minutes? You searched the entire ruins in 45 minutes. It could still be there. Like the treasure, I mean. Spilling out of a trailhead on the other side is the tour group that we were briefly a part of. I recognize the tour guide, as well as... Oh, there you girls are! Linda. She came up from my blind spot, before we had time to hide. I don't even try to force a smile as I turn to face her. He strolls up to us. Dino's still asleep. Howard, nowhere to be seen. Though maybe he's in their car. I was hoping to see y'all before I left. Yeah, we were pretty tired, so we just came back early. Oh, I bet you are. She winks at me, like she's in on the joke. Problem is, I don't know what the joke's supposed to be. What do you mean? Don't think I didn't notice you two running off now. I figured you were, you know. She laughs and shakes her head. I think that's good, though. Reminds me of me and Howard when we were young. Oh god, she thinks we were playing. Oh boy. Reminds me of me and Howard when we were younger. We used to sneak off every chance we got. If you know what I mean. That's why we got a kid. Yeah. My face starts to turn red as I realize what she's thinking. Marina's probably tomato colored, though I don't turn to look. Holy shit. We weren't. I mean, we're not. No need to be embarrassed or anything like that. And besides, at least you won't get pregnant. Oh dear. She laughs heartily, the baby on her chest bouncing with emotion. Oh dear. Sorry though, I'm getting a bit too nosy for my own girl. For my own good. Y'all girls be safe out there. It was nice to get to know ya. She grabs my hand from the side and pumps it in a vigorous handshake. Then does the same to Marina. Neither of us reacts, still dumbfounded. Hey. If we were out playing, those hands be dirty. I guess we're at the parking lot, so maybe we had time to wash our hands. But then again, we're dirty. We're covered in like dirt. So, Lynn, girl, you dirty. Bye. She then hands off to the sea of cars. More of a puddle now since we have already left. I turn to Marina. As expected, her face is scarlet. Wow. Right? That poor baby. There's no escape for that kid. And that poor husband. I don't think people like that were real. Like, that they only exist in books and movies and stuff. They say the desert does weird things to your head. It just cooks your brain raw. Or maybe Wisconsin does. All that cheese. I shrug and start walking back to the RV. I'm glad that Marina doesn't push the topic of Linda's misconception. I unlock the door and let Marina in first. One of the last ones here. Before I pull the door shut, I take a final look around Canyon Dish Shelley, or what little of it I can see. It may have been a bust, but like Marina said, it wasn't a total waste of time. You're discovering the true treasure